Hi Wizards, how's it going? Today I'm going to teach you how to build a magic deck. Right now I took my vampire deck that I play with and I sort of took it all apart. I've separated all of the mana. I have my plains, which is my white mana, my swamp, which is my black mana. I have something called a Sheffet Dunes, which I can tap this and add colorless mana to my mana pool. Or I can pay 1 life if I add plains to my mana pool. Or I can pay 2 plains and 2 colorless, sacrifice this card, and all of my creatures get a 1/1 counter until the end of the turn. So I'll go over that later. I have 4 of those in my deck. I have a card where I just say vampires and it's whatever color I want it to be. Another dual mana, tap this, get whatever I want. Same with this one. So this is all my mana. So this is what you use whenever you want to play a creature. So for instance, these are all of my 1-drop cards. I have one called Legion's Landing. So what I would do in a game is I would tap this, pay for it, put him out on the battlefield. And he also comes with a vampire token, which is a 1/1 with lifelink, meaning whenever he is damage dealt by this creature, also causes you to gain that much life. So if he, right now, I would gain 1 life. Say he had a counter on him, another one, I'd lose, I'd gain 2 more life, or whatever it is. These are there. These are just 1-drop cards you can play with only 1 card. My 2-drop cards, right, because you want it to be fast. So I have a lot of 2-drop cards. So they only cost 2 mana to cast. Some of these are creatures. Some of them, they die, they get another token, like the one I showed before. This one gets another, +2 attack. Things like that. So put these back. I also have enchantments, which are these guys. They help you throughout the game. You can get the City's Blessing, meaning you have 10 or more cards on the table. Basically, when you build a Magic deck, you just want it to be consistent. Like, I have multiples of cards. The only card that I don't have a multiple of is this one, and that's because she's really expensive and she doesn't come out that often. But when she does, she's really good, and I like having her in there. But basically, you just want a fast deck, something that doesn't cost that much mana, but that will really help you. Cards that buff other cards. All of these cards work together. They all work together. It's consistent, I want that consistency whenever I'm playing, and it's so important, I think, to have that. In all of these decks I have a deck that also is a tri-mana. So this is a Naya Dinosaurs deck. It has red, green, and white mana to cast all of these different dinosaurs. Again, that's called Naya. That's the 3 colors of red, white, and green. But yeah, building a deck is fun. Basically what you do is you just pick a card that you really like, say this one, and you build a deck around it. All of these could be it. This one's amazing. It comes in, it's just a sorcery. You can play it on your turn, pay for it, whatever, and then you get 3 of these. And they could by then already have something that all of your other vampires get 1/1. So they all have 1/1 tokens on them. So they're all huge now, especially if you have another one or another one out. I've seen it happen. So, I don't know. There's no right or wrong answer to building a deck. I usually try to stay around 16 to 22 creatures, depending on what I'm going for. I mean, I have a deck that only has like 10 creatures because it relies on enchantments, and it's blue, so it's tricky. But yeah, I don't know. Build, fun. It's fun. I'll give you the pause.